Yes, hi guys, good evening to each and every one of you. I hope I meet you all well. Yes, I throw away salute to each and every one of you. Yes, you are back with me once again this great evening in our usual series of the bleeding edge. Hashtag the bleeding edge. Yes, we are definitely going into episode 122 of the bleeding edge series. See, nobody saw this as far back as last year when I came up with the bleeding edge series to indicate to the whole world that the country that was fraudulently molded together by the British was bleeding, and as a matter of fact, that same country has been bleeding for a very, very long time, bleeding profusely. See, the progress Western Nigeria made before independence, right up to the 1966 coup, was phenomenal. That the Western world, have we gone at the same speed or pace? Norway and the rest of the civilized society consider our rate of development as at that time as a nation that will join the League of the First World in a couple of years' time. See, that prediction came because of the number of people that are smart and intelligent, predominantly based in Yoruba land. But many people still don't know. See, that bleeding edge came when the 1966 coup, led by the five majors at the time, before a counter coup that later brought in Agu Nronsi, who introduced out of his own greed as an Igbo man a unitary system of government. The bleeding started from there and then spilled over to Gowon. From Gowon, spilled over to Murtala Muhammad, spilled over to Olusegun Obasanjo, spilled over to Shehu Shagari, spilled over to Buhari, Idiagbon, and Ibrahim Babangida, spilled over to Babangida subsequently, spilled right all the way from there. See, today in episode 122 of the Bleeding Edge, we're going to trash a few number of issues, and I want to open up your eyes furthermore into seeing things, because it seems a lot of people, due to the fact that they fail to seek knowledge, are perishing. You see, Nigerians are the only crop of people in the world that will only read to pass an examination. They only read textbooks to pass an examination. But you will never find an average Nigerian going into the bookshop or to the library to borrow a book and read. But because you lot fail woefully in gathering knowledge that will equip you for a day like this. That is why many of you are perishing. I'm sorry to have to say that. You see, where knowledge is, you'll never find or see the black race pursuing that area, that corner, that narrow field, that knowledge is enshrined. See, the white folks, let's forget about slavery, industrialization, and everything. They've studied you as blacks, and they said it emphatically that the best way to keep a secret from the black race is to document that secret, and that the black race will never find out where that secret is documented. And this is why many of you today, in that agitation you all claim you are agitating, are failing, because where through knowledge is being discharged from the discharge box, you will not be there, but you will be in that particular area that many of you are being deceived, where they will tell you lies, where they will tell you to donate. You would rather be in those fake places rather than be in a platform that real information and substance will be dispatched onto you, that will mold your mind and get your mind prepared for what is coming. Because when you are in possession of certain information and secrets, your mind is prepared for the worst. Yes, today is Tuesday, the 30th day of November, the 11th month of the year, 2021. The month is obviously ending midnight today, depending on where you are. The time currently in London is 17:35. 17:35 exactly. Today, Tuesday, the 30th day of the 11th month of the year 2021. It is episode 122 of The Bleeding Edge. Welcome to the series. If you're just joining us for the first time, you're welcome. Please don't ask why am I saying this. You want to really have a grip of what is happening, you might probably have to go back and get yourself acquainted with all the previous episodes. Yes. How are you? James Coker. Yes, let me first acknowledge all of you, all my avid viewers and listeners. Oh, Jocelyn Noah, you're just coming in. Yeah, Jocelyn Noah Daniels. She got married not quite long ago. Greetings. You're watching the stream from somewhere in the Arabian countries. Jocelyn Noah. James Coker. Yes, you said it is 12:36 p.m. Eastern Time in the United States. Yes, Ide Kelvin. Good evening to you. Abiodun Kayode. Yes, thank you. God bless you too. God be with you. Thank you so much. Let's see those who are right at the top. Yes, Abiodun Kayode. Yes, thank you. Omojeje. Let me post your comment. Omojeje, you said revolution is the only solution to Nigeria's problems. Hashtag Buhari is a bad boy. Hashtag Buhari is a Yahoo boy. Hashtag Buhari must go. Hashtag revolution now. Amazing. I'll leave that because I have been shouting at the very top of my head a long time. The only problem is that I never get fed up. They hate me so much because truth hurts. Thank you. Yes, good evening all. Aku eBay, good evening. John YouTube, good evening. Greetings to you. Adeshomoju Akimboye, yes, thank you. I'm seeing you constantly now. Yes, when I see names constantly, I know them. Wadike Eberechuku, good evening. Adeni Akinwale, yes. Steve Osagie, yes, the Edoman. Steve Osagie, yes. Good evening, Steve Osagie. If you're Mamo Bodo, thank you. Good evening. If you're Mamo Bodo. Alaja Folake Alawiye, good evening. James Ogunawa, hey, good evening. Who is right at the bottom? Yinka Adeniji, let me post your comment before we go down into real business. Yinka Adeniji, you said we must stop the bleeding somehow, else we may bleed to death soon. I love that. Oh, I love this. I love this. Too much blood flowing on our land needs to be stopped now. In that, we all need painful surgery to our diseased collective psyche. I love this composition and the way you've mixed these words together. Wow, always fascinated with people who can play about with words. How? Let's listen to Frank prescription again. Thank you, Yinka Adeniji. And the prescription is on its way. Let me assure you. That prescription, whether that prescription is going to cure the ailment or a society that's been fragmented and who needed to be salvaged from years of decadence paralysis. I don't know. But I know certain, for sure, that the only surgery that can be applied at the Yinka Adeniji is to slice that country up surgically. Slice it up and give each nation, the country they deserve. It's about time. But in the process of slicing or operating in the theater table, see, before the surgeon operates on a patient, there's always a pre-preparation to the operation, to the surgery, so that the purpose of why they want to operate the patient will have a clear idea of that thing that is really disturbing that person's health. See, maybe it is, say, fibroid for a woman, and maybe in the case of we men, maybe it is prostate, or let's say, God forbid, liver or heart that may need maybe some metal or something to be put, or like a valve in the heart so that the heart can function very well. But in this case, I don't really think any surgical operation can salvage that country. The only surgical operation that can tear apart that nation is if Arewa should hold on to their Arewa Republic and the Oduduwa hold on to their Yoruba nation. And then I don't know about the East, because Like I always say, I have been very provocative. The East, you've got the South, the way they've molded them. The East was not like that period when Ojukwu was fighting the Civil War. The South will not want to go with the East, with the Igbos. I made it clear. But many people still don't understand why I made those things clear even before the 2019 general election. We're going to talk. You see, I'm still going to open up your eyes for that, Yinka Adeniji, and many people will probably learn. But whether you are going to receive the quality of the substance that will come out of this dispatch box and then interpret them as I am sending you a coded message, you decoding the message that I am sending to you as an encoder, the sender, if there is no noise or distortion in the transmission of information, then you will get what I'm saying right. Yes, just the reality. You're watching the stream on YouTube. Yes, you're one of the regulars who like watching the stream on YouTube as well. You said, Baba Frank, everything you wear always speaks about who you are. Wow. Everything that I wear speaks about me. The native dress speaks about your identity as a genuine Yoruba man, while your English dress speaks about your professionalism. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yes, thank you. Just the reality. Daranijo Juwan, good evening. Yeah, Daranijo Juwan, let's put your comment. Mayegun's diary was saying what you've been saying. Mayegun is more like my junior brother, and of many people that are very, very provocative, considering Mayegun. Yeah, congratulations, by the way, Mayegun, on the birth of your new baby. Your new baby is a very, very good copy of you. Congratulations once again. I'm sure he's going to be as volatile as you. Maybe that's the king that will probably walk in some few years to come, developing Odogbolu, where the father originally came from. Congratulations, and my love to your wife. All the best, yeah? Yes, Mayegun is the only one of every one of them that I hold with the very, very highest esteem. And he's going to do very well. If only Mayegun can get himself into the school of journalism or communications, I'll advise Mayegun to have a backup and an authority that will back him up professionally. And he's going to do well because in Scotland, you see, let me put it this way, a Scottish woman, Lauren Marlon, took me in magazine publishing practice when I was going through my degree program, 4 years. And an Irish woman, Dr. Joanne Bucks, equally took me in book publishing practice before Charles McGregor later took me from the second year to the final year. All fantastic people. Charles McGregor, as a matter of fact, worked for almost about 30 years in Nigeria, when Nigeria was a fascinating country, and Charles McGregor, right up till 1980, was one of the main pioneers at Evans in Ibadan that provided and educated Nigerian children from books and authors that were on the list of Evans, the Evans publishing. Otumba, this popular Otumba in Lagos, I remember his name, subsequently bought Evans worldwide. I'll remember his name. One of Otumba Ojora, Otumba Kunle Ojora, yes. Then bought Evans later. I'm not going to go into that story, but Mayegun, keep it up. Yes, Mayegun anyone can use my materials, because what I'm doing with my stream, I'm a non-profit making YouTuber and Facebook streamer. I'm not deriving any money from it. But the purpose of my stream is to educate people. Is to educate. Folake Alawiye. Yes. Peter Touch, good evening. Ifeoma Umobodo. You said exactly. Total disintegration of that contraption called Nigeria. Thank you. Yes, Alaja Folake Alawiye, you congratulated Mayegun as well. Yes. Meski MDE. Meski MDE. He said, good evening, Mr. Bello from Indonesia. Please, who had a baby? I'm just joining. Mayegun had a baby. See, anyone who's calling me from that camera, please stop it. I'm using it to stream. I'll call you back after the stream, because that is the main camera. I'm not too sure even those are my kids anyway, because hardly do I normally receive call from there. Okay, guys, you see that person is not going to give up, and it's blurring my camera because of the vibration from the camera. Yes, I'm not too sure. Maybe those are my children calling me to check if I'm okay, but I can't pick it up. If you are on the stream and you are privileged to have that number you're calling from, that's my private number. Please don't call it. But that number is not readily available to the public. Right, episode 122 of The Bleeding Edge. Yes, the time in London is exactly 17:51 today, Tuesday, the 30th day of the 11th month of the year 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we're going to go into it shortly. Yes, you see all the faces, the different faces that your Muhammadu Buhari is bringing to you, the different faces as the rock continue to bombard you with. We're not going to go into that for real for now, but what I want to do first of all is I'm going to share my screen. Okay? I'm going to share my screen with you guys. And what I intend to do is to, let me bring this one in. Yes, that's exactly what I want to share with you. Okay, now this is exactly what I want to share with you. Okay, Now, look at this. Before I do that, you see, let me tell you emphatically that today, Professor Banji Akitoye resigned. Did you hear this? Professor Banji Akitoye resigned from NINAS. Did you hear that? Professor Banji Akitoye resigned as the chairman of NINAS because NINAS, you remember NINAS, Tony Nandi. You remember I told you NINAS is a fraud. Tony Nandi is equally a fraud. Fraud and fraud equals what? Fraudsters. Fraud plus fraud equals what? Fraudsters. NINAS, Ilano Modua, and many of all your agitators milking you left, right, and center are all what? Fraudsters. Yeah. Professor Banji Akitoye is no longer the chairman of NINAS. So, if Professor Banji Akitoye resigned as the chairman of NINAS, and Prof has got problems with his Ilanomo Dua, because one faction of Ilanomo Dua claimed, let me put my board on the table. One faction of Ilanomo Dua retired Professor Banji Akitoye impromptu, and they said they can no longer harbor Professor Banji Akitoye as their leader. Why? The other faction that proved to be in support of Professor Banji Akitoye said no. Professor Banji Akitoye is still the leader of Ilanomo Dua. Now, here is another catch. There is another group that called themselves Global Directorate. And what does this entail? Or what really enticed all those people into the self-determination? Money, money, money. Now, the question I am going to pose now is, now that Ilano Omodua, they've got about 3 different factions, maybe 2, 3 or more different factions. The question I am going to ask now is Ilano Omodua still in the struggle for the Yoruba self-determination? And if so, who is leading them? They've got different factions. So, which of the Ilano group should we see as the real authentic Ilano Omodua? There are some other stuff that happened that for now I am unable to actually bring that into the public gallery. See, I always wait for that time when I will unleash my information or attack people. But before attacking, let me assure you, I must have gone into serious begging, negotiations. But if you think you are smart, I'll then wait for you and then see how you're going to go. I would rather want you to exhaust all your weapons. So in the process of you exhausting all your weapons and your deceit, remember, I once told you, my dad said, if you tell one lie, you need 1,000 lies to cover one lie. And in the process of covering one lie with 1,000 lies, you're digging more grave for yourself. Not only 6, you will be digging more grave until you get into the earth's core where you will be burnt to death. Who is the real Ilano now? Which of the Ilanos should we look as the authentic? Because it seems many of you, when I was begging all of them last year, you never listened. I was telling you, don't put your money. Those asking you for money are fraudsters. I was telling you guys. Let me tell you, and I want you to please carry this with you today. There is money, and I am telling you, there is serious money in Yoruba land. That all these agitators telling you to donate money, they are fraudsters. Go and check many of them. A woninu lo je professional. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń bèrè owó lọ́wọ́ yín. Iṣẹ́ will not hold down nílùú yìí tó jẹ́ pé yes, they are very, very comfortable and they can easily part away, even with £100 a month of their own hard-earned earning, without asking anybody. Gbogbo àwọn tó ní kẹ́ máa dáwó sí bíbá ẹ̀, irúṣẹ́ wo náà ṣe? What is their qualifications? In what profession are they in? What have they done in the past to warranty that I should trust them? But I carried everybody along, and they think Frank Bello is stupid. I carried everyone along, and I was prepared to teach and to equip everyone, because information is the most vital part of anything you want to do. And that is why most corporate organizations, half of their internal budget is spent on public relations. Half of their internal budget is spent on corporate brands. I'm coming to take your comment. Now, let me share this screen with you. Look at this screen. See that? Yeah, you see that? I'm going to take you through this one by one. Time for what? For seriousness. It's now. See, time for what? Seriousness is what it is now. Let's do it this way. Time for seriousness is now. Okay, money is no longer flowing. The same tactics, because I have been telling you a lot. Maybe their dogs will be, maybe some of them, their dogs will be here. I don't care. Time for seriousness is now. Let's go into the next one. See? You can see Koiki there. See? Look at. We need doctors and nurses that can give us basic healthcare training via Zoom. Send us email. We need doctors and nurses. See? Look at the quality of the information being dispatched out to the educated people, full of grammatical errors. That's number one. Now, people will laugh at you. Ṣé àwọn tó ń fẹ́ gba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá rẹ̀ tó ń tẹ̀lé construct proper English grammar? Tí wọ́n lè edit iṣẹ́ wọn. If we say typo, there's a clear distinction between typo error and grammatical error. These are the people. We need doctors. When you use doctors with a plural and you use nurse as a singular, does that make any sense to you? That's irrelevant. Let's go into the next one. If you can help with data, MTN, Airtel, Glow. For those at home, please help. I thought you guys, you've been collecting money for a very long time. So what happened to all those money? Gbogbo owó tẹ́ ti ń gbà kí lẹ fi ṣe? Koiki, gbogbo owó tó ti gbà. The 15 million naira radio tó sọ pé o kó fún Bàbá Bánjí Akíntóyè, ṣé ti account fún? Ẹ tún ti fẹ́ gbé mi jáde. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn. Ẹ yá ara yín ní brain o. Because this time, I'm not going to allow any of you guys to keep defrauding people of their hard-earned money, whether diaspora or Nigeria. Look at this again. We need 600k Yoruba volunteers to do what? Please explain. 600,000 Yoruba volunteers. For what reasons? This time, I'm not going to keep quiet. Okay, here is a very good one. We need to raise 100 million naira towards the campaign materials. Campaign materials, will I need 100 million from? Koiki, please explain yourself. Have you given an audit of all the money that you collected before? And you are asking people to give you another 100 million naira. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ṣé nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ gbé wọ inú Yorùbá nation tuntun lélẹ̀? Ṣé gbogbo fraud tẹ́ fẹ́ gbé wọ bẹ̀ ni? Ẹ fẹ́ gbé old wine, ẹ fẹ́ gbé èébì tẹ́ ti bì sílẹ̀ sínú Nàìjíríà kẹ́ tún gbé wọ a new nation. That is not going to happen in my lifetime. I'm sorry. Fraud, 100 million naira towards the campaign materials. I'm not going to wait for anybody before I act and react to alert the people that you guys are fraudsters. See? Look at this another one. Kindly support us to hire a bus to Yoruba Nation rally in Manchester on 27/11/2021. Barclays. P.O. Odede. This is not coming from me. With a short code and account number. Yoruba Nation now. Fraud. All fraud. Which Yoruba Nation now? This is how they confuse you, because this Yoruba Nation now, they are agitating, they are calling. Bukky Taiwo stole that project from us. Many revelations still coming. And I told everyone, I'm coming for them. Gbogbo yín Tenjale kakiri in the name of Yoruba self-determination. I'm coming for each and every one of you. Fraudsters, you have not give account no, and you have the God to come back and then start asking people for money again. I will block each and every one of you. You see, if you have a group, invite me for your meeting to come so I can discuss about action and your financial support. You see that? Fraud. You see, all we need now is action. Stop the talking. You see that? What kind of action? Shebi àwọn bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ bó ṣe mú independence tó wà violent lélẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn òyìnbó. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Mo fẹ́ jẹ́ kí nǹkan bá mi sọ ni o. You see, we need your support now to move to the next stage. What next stage is this? Yeah, that is that one. I'm coming back to this one later. See? $100. Koiki is asking diaspora to give him 100 million naira for the next level. You see the fraud? Just the reality. Let me post your comment. You said, Baba Frank, you're like Fela Anikulapo, who uses his song to educate people, unlike the other singers who sing for money. Yes. Yes, you said you as well uses your show to educate people, unlike the monetized media groups. Thank you. I've just opened your eyes again. If you're my Wobodo, you closed your eyes. James Coker, let's post your comment. You're just supporting your race, Yoruba Nation, and following everybody. I suppose to go to DC today, but my job. I went to most of the rallies, New York, DC. See? See? Last year, James Coker, I challenged Professor Banji Akitoye at a Zoom meeting that they've got a lot in their hands. Those of them that are on ground in Nigeria, they've got a lot in their hands. They've got a lot of mesmerization. That is to mesmerize and package the advantages and the benefits of why we need to get out of that contraption called Nigeria. When he was with us at Yoruba World Congress, when Obasanjo said Yorubas should go now and set up Yoruba World Congress, I played you that tape in one of the previous shows. I wasn't meant to play that. I wasn't meant to play that, but I played it because I know there's nothing that can happen to OBJ. But not many people are aware of what is going on. That's why I said to you, Boyega Adejumo said it, anybody that asks you for money in the diaspora, don't give them money. There is money in Yoruba land. Stop giving them your hard-earned money. Help those you want to help back home that are family relations or friends. Stop giving them money because Koiki, according to information, Otiko ile konton láàrin agitation yìí tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ mind you, COVID report ló fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ lórí channel Adetomoso. Kò mọ̀ nǹkan kan pa agitation no. Ó swing over suddenly. Wọ́n ní ó ti fẹ́ parí ẹyọ kan, èkejì ó ti ń gbé lọ. Bóyá 100 million yẹn ó fẹ́ lọ fi ṣe gbogbo interior inú ilé tó ń kọ́. I pray pé wọ́n ní lọ bọ́ǹbù ibẹ̀ fún anyway. Kó jáde kó wá challenge wọ́n sọ fẹ́mi náà ni o. Gbogbo owó tó dẹ̀ wọ àpò gbogbo wọn àti Professor Banji Akintoye àti Koiki gbogbo ẹ̀ ó ti wà ńlẹ̀ ẹyọ kọ̀ọ̀kan la máa gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe gba owó ó ti wà ńlẹ̀. Gbogbo owó yẹn ṣe wọ àkáǹtì yín tẹ́ bá lérò pé it is already on ground. Yeah, sorry, Jocelyn. No. Sorry about that. Oh yes, Bashiru Mustapha. See, kò tí dé gbogbo stage. Gbogbo nǹkan tí mo ṣe unleash by àti last year ní gbogbo eléyìí ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Àti last year, gbogbo evidences ó dẹ̀ ṣì pọ̀ gan. Àwọn evidences tó ṣì ń bọ̀ ó pọ̀ gan. Loads. Why now? Ask yourselves, why did Professor Banji Akintoye resign as the chairman of NINAS today? Why? It's already in the public domain. For your information, Professor Banji Akintoye ṣe gba gbogbo owó pátápátá sínú gbogbo bó ṣe gba owó. Documents yẹn ó wà l'Abuja. Documents yẹn ó ti wà lọ́wọ́ Baba Obasanjo, for your information. I won't say more than that. But when the time comes, gbogbo wọn ṣe gba owó kò tí tó stage yẹn. Èmi fẹ́ jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ kí oníkálùkù down. That is how journalism works. You see, want to kó bára wọn because want to bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní solicit for owó again. 100 million naira. What a shame. And what turn our self-determination to be a cow milking exercise, money making. No, Bashiru Mustafa, is up to you if you think I'm fabricating all this. No, if you think I'm fabricating it, I mean, many of the evidences I'm coming with that you are seeing. When I played the last tape, that tape, would I have played that tape last year? Let's go back to that tape again. Maybe you were not in the last stream, but I knew you were. I think you were on the last stream and you were not really comfortable with some of the hard facts coming out. But my woe, if I can play that for you later. Yes. Okay, let's do this way. I think I've got a couple of stuff in here too. Okay, yes, I think I should go into this one too. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah, let me open up this. Because Bashiru this were part of the evidence I've kept since last year, and I think it's about time. You see, any materials that come in right away, I'm not going to use that. But what you're about to see, you probably have not seen this before. You probably are in the group and you are trying to defend those groups, or You're just a neutral person who lack knowledge and information. So what I'm going to do in this case is this. Let me get rid of this one. And let me bring in this one. Okay, now let me, yeah, I think I've seen it actually. Yeah, here it is. Now, why don't you do your own research, Bashiru Mustafa? And if you do your own research, a lot of people, after I talked about this, started their own personal research, work on it. You can easily do your own research. You can easily, but the amount of research that you will be doing perhaps will be limited, and you won't be able to get some information, in-depth information and analysis the way I will get it. Now, look at this picture. This picture, you will see the date. Okay? And it's been in my possession since last year. Immediately, Professor Banji Akitoye, before Professor Banji Akitoye dissolved Yoruba World Congress. Before. We through Tajuddin Rahim, who gathered, because I had the notion of coming up with Yoruba Diaspora League as at that time. Go and ask Ayogundimu. I handed Yoruba Diaspora League to Ayogundimu Citizen AY and Adekunle Oluwalano. And the moment I saw the fact that Ayogundimu Citizen AY ignited soliciting for money from Nigerians last year, just immediately before the lockdown, I told him to shut down YDL. Go and ask Ayogundimu. I said, you don't solicit for money from Yorubas. What matters is the life of those 60 million Yorubas. Yes, if there is a central account to which everybody, all the groups and everybody will have to put their resources into one basket, not managed by just one or two single person, managed by different groups before money can be taken out. And the purpose of that money, papers will have to go. Accountants will have to work. Run organization. I'm sorry for you, Bashiru Mustafa. I'm really sorry for you. Now, watch this. Watch this. Did you see this? I'm sorry that this is a little bit too vulgar, but I will try and do this for you. Bashiru Mustafa, sorry about that. Are you aware of Yoruba World Congress International? To which this group liaised in the UK, headed by Shola Salako, assisted by, guess who? George Akinola, who drove away Professor Killer as the General Secretary because George Akinola was eyeing that position because it was like Professor Killer was the second man in command to Professor Banji Akintoye at the Yoruba World Congress in Nigeria. And when everything was going perfectly well, Professor Banji Akintoye will never make any decision without the strategic planning put in place by Professor Anthony Killer. The Yoruba World Congress at the time, make no mistakes. I'm repeating it. Make no mistakes. Let me take off my jacket. Yeah, at least now I'm feeling a little bit better. Yeah, make no mistakes. Professor Anthony Killer, Oxford bred, with his wisdom in strategic management, was well respected, not only in the United Kingdom, but an asset to us in the Yoruba World Congress. Did you hear that? Many of you who don't know what is going on behind the scene and you think you are smart enough, you are not. Nigerians are, Yorubas are stupid people. Go and seek knowledge. Victor Akinola with Shola Salako and a few other people pushed Professor Anthony Killer out so that they then hijacked the machinery of Yoruba World Congress, and from there, I've still got the evidences. I'm not going to play all those for you here because Timbaniki and Kings Beresini play Buboye and Iman Ebatu Lanoni with videos and how they intend, how Victor Taiwo and his group here, this same group, Yoruba World Congress International, they call them Diaspora International, how they intend to destroy the Yoruba World Congress UK Europe. Now, in this same thing, this was their page on Facebook. Now look at this. Look at this. Now I'm coming. I don't want you. Now, look at this. Yeah, look at that. Look at, see, words of wisdom. Yoruba youths, you see, stay away from pornography. Look at what they posted onto their Facebook wall. Look. Last year. And Professor Banji Akintoye's picture was next to that. That was what they posted. See? Look at that. I'm not making this up. You see? Yoruba World Congress International. How do you want to explain this nonsense? How? Mashu. Hey, Tildin Kokon. I begged everybody. I went down on my knees. I prostrated for us to come together. When I was begging and I prostrated for them to let us come together. Shola Salako was particularly after me. Shola Salako was after she will topple and destroy, want to destroy Tajuddin Rahim. I've got everything on evidence. And I will be bringing them since last year. Did you hear me talk about that? No, I won't talk about that. But when the time comes, I am an information man. When that time comes, let me assure you, I will talk about that. I will. I will. issue. Sometimes there's a proverb in Yoruba language that says, "Kò ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tí ojú bá rí lẹ́nu ń sọ." It is not everything that the eyes sees that the mouth will talk about them. See? Look at another guy that came out. Bashiru Mustafa. What do you want to say to that guy that came out? Tukbereni Pastor Bankole. And do you honestly think that everything he came out and then begin to incriminate Professor Banji Akitoye is the right thing? In as much as I've got my own differences and loggerheads with Prof, or implicate Professor Banji Akitoye, and I have got my differences with him, but I don't think and I don't believe he spent his money. I won't be too surprised. Let me tell you, because I'll be fair. I am not too sure whether the 2,000 pounds that Professor Banji Akitoye came to collect from the Yoruba World Congress a few couple of weeks ago, after he dissolved the Yoruba World Congress, could be probably due to pressure from the likes of this Pastor Bankole. I'll be fair on the man. But for Prof to come over here after dissolving Yoruba World Congress to lay claim to that money was the baddest movement as far as I'm concerned for Prof. If Prof had stayed on his own without having to come back to England to demand from Pastor Isaac Okebiorun the 2,000 pounds that was lying dormant, to which there was a clause given to it, laid on it by the donor, which I am not ready to go into. You don't know the battle that we've gone through. Bashiru Mustafa, do you realize, not until when I got into a Zoom meeting with Sunday Igboho before his arrest, I was told some vagabonds in the UK, they said they will attack me spiritually. I said I'm ready for them. Somebody called me. I'm not going to mention that person, but somebody who is very, very, very close to the powers that be in Nigeria called me and then said, "Mr. Bello, these people that fell out of your group, that stole Tajuddin's, Rahim's Yoruba Nation Now project, that you now manage to coordinate successfully, they said they will destroy you spiritually." And I said to that person, I said, let them try it. Don't be okay. I mean, just leave them, let them try it. Can't don't be okay. See, see, if you don't want to listen, and if you don't want to get yourself knowledge, you're free not to come to my platform. I've blocked Bashiru Mustafa. You have to listen. I don't go to platforms that I know they are talking nonsense or things that will not nourish my soul and my spirit. Yeah. You see? Did you see that? Oh, dear me. Lord God, help us. Now, let me quickly go into this one for you. This particular one. This one is interesting. See, and it's very, very interesting, this one. Let's see. Yeah. I'm going to share it on your screen now. Now, look at this one. Let me magnify this so that you can see it. See, you can see I actually grabbed this from Alaja Folake Alawiye's wall. When this caught my eyes suddenly. Thank you, Alaja Folake Alawiye, for this post. You see, what do you think is happening here? Let me do it this way. Look at, from the Daily Post, Nigeria. Lagos youths always in my house for free money. Remi Tinubu. See, Remi Tinubu said, Lagos youths always in her house at Bodilon for free money. What are your thoughts and your takes on this? We're going to come back to this, but I just needed your thoughts and what you think. And here, I think somebody wrote at the bottom, ha ha ha. You can see that. Let me see. Let me do this. Yeah, let's do that. Sorry about that. And then at the bottom, ha ha ha. Seriously? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Alaja Folake Alawiye, you said, look, Madam Agberu, your husband stole all our money. Yeah, that I saw that caption there, as a matter of fact. Baba T, you said the terrorist pastor just Sheikh Gumik, professional Akitoye. Babanla implication new. Babanla implication new. And Alaja Folake Alawiye, you said this is a very big information. I am shocked. I'm shocked at this. Don't be shocked. Ania Fiok, good evening. Oh yes, she stole plenty. I just don't want to go into that bit for now. No, I don't want to go into that bit for now because yeah, that I want to leave certain things and then treat some of them at a later date, and that's the way things function. Now look at this, but it's just the preamble. Now let me share the screen with you guys, okay? Now look at this one too. See, look at that too. Look at that. See? She eating on board as well. See that? See that? Right choice. She eating on board. Right choice for 2023. So they're going to throw out Babajide Sanwo-Dollar. They're going to throw out Babajide Sanwo-Dollar. You see? See? Seyi Tinubu for governor 2023. Seyi Tinubu for governor 2023. Remi Tinubu, senator, already multi-billionaire. We will go into how much she's made already. The husband, former governor, and now wants to be president. Don't you think you are finished? Now, please, don't you think you are finished? Are you not finished? Jocelyn Noah, you reply, Omo Batala, you said, you don't say Biafra agitation is a fake. We have lost millions of people in the struggle. Yes, Jocelyn Noah Daniels replied you there. Taiwo Banuso, that's the consequence of robbing the people. Tinubu created the mess in Yoruba land by bringing Alamanjiri's system of handout. Absolutely correct. See, I threw out that Bashiru Mustafa, and he'll never get access to any of my stream anymore because I've blocked him for life. Rather than listen and learn and then criticize positively and constructively, that's what I do to such people. It is not by force you are on my stream. Jack Olushola, Senior Man Frank, I have appealed to you yesterday to let all things slide with a new beginning, sir. There's a lot more coming, I'm afraid. Jack, there's a lot more that is coming to you. Unless they change their ways. Unless those fraudulently collecting money from despicable Yorubas change their ways and align themselves with reality and walk alongside those that are genuine in getting us out of that stupid contraption. See, they are messing everything up, and I love this. Anybody can come out and contest, okay? You two can come out if you want. It's everyone. No, I'm not a politician. Yoruba nation, like I've always said, and many people that are seriously in the self-determination group are not interested in any political office nor any financial inducement. We just want a Yoruba nation that will progress and things will work the way it was. Our education, the likes of Bola Tinubu and many of those people, go on, Obasanjo, all of them, they destroyed our educational system. We need to revamp our educational system. We need a lot of education to do to change the destroyed perception of the people. These people are battered. They are battered already. They've kept these people in perpetual poverty. They cannot think. And it being bad, somebody who is hungry cannot think. They can't. Because all what they want is that food that will go into their stomach. And because they know exactly the destructions they've done, Fayoshe came up with stomach infrastructure. Hope Uzodinma said he will go into all their villages and everywhere that they will give them the language they understand. 500 naira for 4 years. See, I think I have something in store here too as well for you here, guys, actually. Yes. Look at this. See? Let me bring you this one. Now let me bring you this one. Perhaps this will make extra sense to you. Look at this. Look at that. See, I pulled this out from somebody's wall again today. And let me try and do this so that you can see it properly. Ibrahim Miriam just reminded me of subsidy maths. Do it yourself. 40 million times 5,000 naira equals what? 200 billion. Did you see that? 200 billion times 12 months in a year equals 2.4 trillion a year. And subsidy is 1.8 trillion naira. Now, who is the fool? Who's the fool? These are some of the things such the likes of the man I threw out should have come in to learn. Because I mean, I never thought of this, but I picked it up from somebody else who was able to think far. And rather than me doing the thinking, just copied it, slam it. See? See that? Now, I know for a fact that Omobatala Olodumare, he said Obi Ezekwesili destroyed our educational systems. I know. It started a long time from Gowon. Obasanjo destroyed it further. But it was decades of destruction that has led to the current state of decadence paralysis. Our educational system is paralyzed. And the easiest way to destroy a nation is destroy the educational system in that country, and the country is finished. I know for a fact that there are some few now I want you to look at this. This is very, very interesting. I showed you that particular clip earlier on. I think, yeah, let me actually bring in this particular clip. Yeah, you remember I showed you this one, right? I showed you that one. 1.8 trillion. Now, let me try and bring in this for your attention. And I want you to please help me out with it. Help me out with it. Where are you? No, it's not here. Okay, it is probably here. No, not this one. Okay, it is probably this one. Yes. Now, guys, it is here. I found it. Now, watch this. Look at Bolatino. That's Aminu Dantata. By the way, would you like me to replay that for you? Let me see if I can play that from the studio. Let me see if I can get it in here from the studio. Before landscape, let's bring it into here. I think it is here. Yeah, let's play it from. Okay. Look at that. He couldn't even shake Aminu Dantata. Bola Tinubu was unable to shake Aminu Dantata. See that? Let me rewind it for you to see. Look at that. Look at Bola Ahmed Tinubu there. Look at how his hands was right to his back with respect and dignity, and then bowed as if he won't do that to a king or an Oba or Obasanjo, not even to Oni. But look at him. Let's do it this way. Look at him. Bola Tinubu there with his hands well folded to the back with respect and bowing down to a Fulani man. Why is Bola Ahmed Tinubu doing this? Look at, let's roll it. See that? He could not even shake. The man was, you see, he couldn't shake. You see? You see? All of them cannot even, the man was, you see? Aminu Dantata They couldn't shake the man. See that? Why is Bola Ahmed Tinubu doing this? What's the game plan? Why is he doing that? Why is Bola Ahmed Tinubu doing that? Yes, James Coker, you are absolutely right. James Coker, let me post your comment from the top. You said you want to have peace in Yoruba land like the olden days. No begging, killing, etc. If we get our acts together and if we tell the truth and we deal with ourselves in the self-determination with love, and I have been preaching love a long time. See, many of the people who call themselves agitators, they don't even love their own people. They only love themselves because of the money they want to make out of it. If they love their people, they won't put their own financial inducement first. James Coker, he said 35 years ago, people are not begging from people from the diaspora. Yes, you are absolutely right. They even send us food. Because 35 years ago, food in London, there's only one merchant, the Pakistanis. They only sell our foods. So at Tagbugwe, when you get somebody going home on holidays and coming back, they just buy all those food. Right? Those days. In fact, if I travel those days, I will even, the only thing that I'll come back with is they will kill a whole goat and then make it as soon for me. So there was no ban on poultry meat as at that time. It was not a contraband in the UK. They will kill a whole goat and I'll just bring the whole goat as asun, because that asun, the way they prepare asun from Akure and in Ondo State, special, especially in Idore too. Special Ondo State asun breed. Yes, James Coker, you said, if not the video, he will kneel down. Correct. Steve Osage, he said, fraud and scams everywhere you look. We are in for a long ride with no end in sight. I don't pray so. Excuse me. I'm looking at Falake Alawi, Alaja Falake Alawi. He said, amazing. Amazing indeed. Bolanle Allison, you said, he's a slave to the Fulani. See, let us examine. I'm going to tell you why he went to the north to see Aminu Dantata. See, many of you don't know that Aminu Dantata took over the leadership role in the Northern Caliphate from the former leader, Adamu Siroma, who apparently was a former governor of the CBN. Because when it comes to the Northerners, you see, the Sultan of Sokoto still pay homage to Aminu Dantata. That's the richest That man, Aminu Dantata, is the richest man in the entire, if not in Nigeria, perhaps one of the richest in Africa. And guess where he made his money from? Where the Dantata family made their money from? Arenji market. Foreign exchange. Foreign exchange. Yes, Folake Alawiye said, end Nigeria now. Folake Alawiye said, Omo Ale Yoruba ni Tinubu. Thank you. You said, well done, Mr. Frank. Alaja Folake. Yes, guys. Yes, let's bring episode 122 of The Bleeding Edge to a close. The time in London is exactly 18:59 London time, fast approaching 7 o'clock London time. The temperature today apparently is 12 degrees Celsius outside as I am talking to you in my location where I am. Now, if you have enjoyed the stream, please share it to your loved ones and those that may be in need of this information. Some people are dying to have this information. Now, depending on where you're watching the stream from, if it is any of the Facebook platform, click like and follow it so that anytime I come live, you get an alert. And if you're watching it from the YouTube channel, subscribe and then click the bell icon so that anytime I am live, you'll get that alert as well. And the same thing is on Twitter. Guys, thank you for joining me in episode 122 of The Bleeding Edge. Now, special announcement. I have an audience with Chief Boyega Adejumo this coming Sunday at 4 o'clock London time, 5 o'clock Odua time. Now, you see, this guy called Bashiru Mustafa allowed me to kick him out. Had he treated his case very intelligently to listen to the quality of the information coming out of the dispatch box from this end, he probably would have learned new things this coming Sunday with Chief Boyega Adejumo, a chieftain of the Afenifere group, and the publicity secretary of the Yoruba Summit group, the original and authentic people that the original group that actually solved this problem well over 20 years ago, when I equally was in the limelight in the UK, fighting with my pen and on paper. So I'll be having Chief Boyega Adejumo Sunday, the 5th day of December 2021, 4 o'clock London time and 5 o'clock Odua time. Here is the catch. There is the probability that Sister Tokumbo Awolowo will be joining us on the same stream. Sister Tokumbo, the late Chief Obafemi Awolowo's daughter, there is the likelihood she will be joining us on the same stream. Maybe, I think I'll just limit it because I won't want to send out a Zoom link so that other people, but I'll see if we can actually make it as a Zoom, or I bring them into the studio, so that if it is going to be a Zoom meeting where we stream it live on the Zoom, then I'll see what we can do in relations to that, but I'll keep you posted. But if you want to join the Zoom, if we're going to stream it on Zoom, please put your name and your number, your name and your WhatsApp number down so that I can send you the link. Okay? So that I can send you the link and you can click the link if it is going to be Zoom. But I'm going to discuss with the management at Yoruba World Congress UK and Yoruba Nation Now movement. Maybe we should just use it as a Zoom, or I just stream straight away from the studio. But I will be joined as well with some other guests, such as engineer Tajuddin Rahim from Yoruba World Congress UK, Yoruba Nation Now movement, and perhaps engineer Adekunle Oluwalano, as well as Sister Lola. If those three too will join us, then we can crack things together. We can look at what really happened when we were coming on this journey, and how did we get here, and what is the way forward. Now that it's a breaking news today that Professor Banji Akintoye resigned from NINAS as their chairman. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me in this special episode. I'll get you posted tomorrow if we treat episode 1, 2, 3 tomorrow. After discussing with the management team, I'll see if we should stream it via Zoom or straight from the studio. On this note, guys, Aniofik. Thank you very much. Join me tomorrow for episode 1, 2, 3 of the Bleeding Edge. Guys, take note. Put it in your diary. 5th day of December 2021. Make it a date, ladies and gentlemen. And on this note, let's bring the stream to an end. Thank you. Have a great evening, and God bless you all. Good night.